When its white and green color pole-shaped leaves attached to this beautiful string trails down from a hanging pot or a shelf where it is kept, this variegated string of pearls looks very eye-catching and amazing. Anyone can easily fall in love with this plant. Hello friends, welcome to HR Garden. Friends, today I am going to talk about grow and care of this beautiful variegated string of pearls. This is my normal string of pearls. Here all the pearls are green and string is also green. Here you can see some pearls are green, some is mixture of green and white, and some are white. And here you can see even the strings are white. So I have shown this plant, this normal variety before also. Today I am going to talk about this variegated one. You can easily find the difference between these two. Both these strings of pearls looks amazing and beautiful. Here you can see lots of strings are getting developed, you can see, and from here many leaves in the shape of pearls will come. This is less compact than this one. Here also the string are becoming long, and some of the pearls you can see they are very small. This will keep on increasing the size and this will become like this afterwards. First I am going to talk how to grow this plant, that is propagation of variegated string of pearls. String of pearls or variegated string of pearls is very easy to propagate. Just cut 3 to 5 inches of string, remove the pearls from the lower end and keep it in a dry place for some time so that a callus is formed. After the formation of callus, you can place it in a soil or you can place it in a sand also till the root is formed. Once you see that roots are formed and new pearls are developing, you can transplant it in separate pot to get a new plant. String of pearls or variegated string of pearls is also propagated from the seeds. Seed is collected after flowering and you can sow the seed in a soil. From that also you can propagate the string of pearls. Talking about its light requirement, this plant can be grown indoor as well as outdoor. If you are growing this plant indoor, keep it in a place where it gets lots of bright indirect light. Outdoor, we can place this plant in a place where it gets few hours of morning sunlight and it remains in shade in a bright light throughout the day. Do not keep it in a place where it gets very high temperature, because in this white leaves or pearls chlorophyll is not there, so it dries up very fast. Outdoor, you can place this plant also in a place where it gets indirect bright sunlight. Watering requirement: water this plant only when the soil completely dries up. Do not overwater this plant. Overwatering causes root rot and finally the plant dies. When you water the plant water on its soil, not on the leaves. Water little bit more during the summer and less in the winter time. Overwatering also causes leaves to swell and burst also. I have already killed one string of pearls. My string of pearls slowly started soiling and at last my plant died. So do not water on the pearls or do not overwater this plant. Soil, use well draining potting soil that does not hold moisture. Its soil should completely dry so that there is a flow of oxygen all around the root and it grows properly. It needs lots of oxygen around the roots to grow and develop. So do not use any media in the potting mixer that holds the moisture. You can buy succulent potting mixture online or you can prepare your own potting mixture using a great perlite compost. I have used a succulent potting mixture which I have prepared at home myself. Soil should not stay soggy at any time for better growth and so that plant does not dies because of fungus or root rotting. Fertilizer for healthy and a better growth, it is always good to use fertilizer once in a month. I use diluted NPK once in a month to fertilize my string of pearls. Do not over fertilize this plant. Over fertilization causes root burns and finally the plants dies. We can also buy a ready-made succulent fertilizer from online to feed this plant. Reporting, we don't need to report string of pearls very often. It likes to be compact like this and a root bond. When it completely fills the container, in that case we may report the plant. When we report the string of pearls, we need to report in well draining pot which is 1 inch bigger than the previous pot. Prune this plant only when if you see dead and dried pearls or the string. You don't need to prune this plant otherwise. Flowers, string of pearls produce a white brush-shaped flower during the summer. Talking about the problems of this plant, the most serious problem is root rotting because of overwatering. Mostly this plant dies because of root rotting because of overwatering. So do not overwater this plant and always use a well draining potting soil that does not hold moisture and that does not stay soggy. Talking about pests, aphids and mealybugs love this plant. So if you see the attack of any pest or insect in any portion, you can cut and remove those portion. And if the infestation is extreme, you can spray insecticide to get remove of the pest. Friends, if you take care of watering, this plant is a very good addition to your garden and home. This is it for today, friends. Take care of yourself. Keep gardening. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching HR Garden.